So I thought I'd do a video comparing two different lines of Popeye figures, and that would be the recently released Boss Fight Studio Popeye and Mezco Popeye. This is not intended to say that one is better than the other, it's just kind of a comparison. Because I don't know that one is necessarily better than the other one. It's really a matter of taste. So here's the Mezco figure, and you can see that Mezco was doing its own thing, and so it's a more realistic. That's not an actual realistic face. No human really looks like that, but it's certainly not the cartoon version, such as this. This looks like the cartoon in figure form. And I can, even when I first got this several years ago, I was kind of like, ooh, that's a strange face. So it really depends on what you want. It's certainly recognizable as Popeye. You got the pipe, he's got the squint in the eye, the chin, the forearms, everything's there, sailor suit. But it's not a face that comes from any it's certainly not the Robin Williams Popeye. It's not the cartoon. It's not the comic strip Popeye. They were kind of going with the look and feel of Popeye, but not really from any iteration. This one looks like the Fleischer Popeye. Obviously, the Mezco has soft goods. It has cloth outfit, has a removable hat. The pipe is removable. Whoops. So Popeye is also completely bald here. And I don't remember him ever being actually bald. Certainly helps the hat to stay on. Here he's got a tuft of hair. And I don't really remember him having a hair like that, but it makes me think of Popeye more than a bald head. The reason he does have a hat, the reason I don't have it on is because it just does not stay on well because of the hair. So I opted to just not even use it. The pipe is removable. There is a second pipe. This Mezco has like 8 pipes or something like that. You can see they have kind of the same outfits, bit of different color. If you go on Amazon, so there is him in his white pants, and this is the figure I have. I have actually both of these figures. The one with the white pants is in a box. This is the one I have, so he's got the dark pants. There is an error on this figure, and I didn't notice it when I originally discussed it, and that is the coloring right here on his sleeve is the color of his skin, where it should be white. It should be the color, same color as up here. So somebody made a goof. And there is a little bit of paint errors in there, a little paint slopping. From a price standpoint, this one is listed on Amazon at $262. I think I probably paid $80-$90 for this one. So if we go in here, and these are almost brand new. So Olive Oyl is $51, $46, and then Popeye is completely sold out. This is the colored version of Popeye. I have the black and white BBTS exclusive, and he does have a can of spinach, much like that can of spinach there. Crushed can. I don't have it out. It's in the box. So this one's sold out. But both of these figures are now selling on third party sellers. So this one here, I like that. It's marked down from $400. I didn't pay nearly that much. I paid the MSRP for it. When the figures start going up in price, I'm not even going to buy it, no matter how much I want. I would love to have a Shazam figure, but that one skyrocketed in price. I missed out on that opportunity. Not everyone likes cloth outfits. Some people like pure plastic, and there's nothing wrong with that. I love the outfits, but I can recognize this as a really nice look. I like it. It has a very simple, clean design. These Mezco figures have more chance of damaging than an all plastic figure. And I have had one or two figures where I've had some issues with it, but overall, I've had no problems with the Popeye figure. I think the joints on here are maybe a little smoother. Here, his body is just kind of mostly a normal human being. Other than the forearms, the long neck. This is obviously a cartoon version, so he's got the long torso and the short legs. But that's how he looked in the cartoon. So then we have Bluto. He's got the very iconic look. His hat does not stay on well. I do have it on his head, but it really likes to fall off. And then we have the Mezco Bluto. And again, Mezco kind of did its own thing. His beard generally would stop like there. Now he's got this broad grin, this cartoonish grin. So even though the beard goes all the way almost as far as it does here, it's still just surrounding his mouth as it was in the cartoon. And he's got the cartoon squint. Here he's got the squint, but it's more realistic. The furrowed brow. I think the paintwork on the teeth is really, really nice. And it's a much more pricey figure. Here the teeth are just kind of just white. So they're not framed at all like they are here. Both of them have kind of the same outfit. We have the kind of yellowish cargo pants, the work boots, belt, black shirt, and then a shirt underneath. Of course, these are all realistic. I mean, they're fabric, so there is actually a shirt over a shirt. We have a separate belt, and let me take this off just in case. I really love those boots. Those work boots are neat. Those are nice. These work boots, kind of cartoon. They're cool, but they're cartoon, simple. Bluto here has almost no articulation. His body is so thick and beefy that it's nearly impossible to put him into any poses. I really like those the forearms, those massive, meaty forearms here. He's got a longer shirt, so that covers up any of his arms, which is not, when I was looking a while back at cartoon versions and different versions of Bluto, they usually didn't show him with an undershirt. So I thought it was interesting that they chose to, I like the look of it, go with an undershirt here, but they also went with it here. So maybe I have to look again. He's got the big cartoon buttons here. His buttons, they're black on black, so you can barely see it. So this is obviously more iconic. This is more in line with the comic strip. This is Mezco's interpretation. Given the price of $349 for this figure, not this Popeye, but the Popeye with the white pants, you could buy, these retail for $35, even though they're more on Amazon. You could buy 10 of these figures for whatever that person's asking for the 2-pack. So you get a lot more. You get every one of these figures that are coming on Wave 1 and 2 and have money left over. As I always say, I have no idea if anyone is actually paying these prices for it, or if it's just someone going for it. I could probably do some research on eBay, but I don't really feel like it. So it really depends on what you like. If you like the fabric, but a less iconic look, Mezco is probably for you. If you really like the cartoon, you want a reproduction of the cartoon version, and you like all plastic, and it's each plastic and fabric each have their own pluses and minuses. And so even though these kind of cloth outfits are a lot more expensive to create, it doesn't necessarily mean they're better. I like them, and that's why I'm a huge Mezco collector. But not everyone likes them. Some people just like their figures, and certainly if you're on a more limited budget, these are a lot less expensive, even though they seem to have risen in price right out of the gate. But I think you could probably still go out and maybe buy it off the store or BBTS or something like that. So I wouldn't be paying these Amazon prices from third-party sellers. So anyway, this is a comparison of the Popeye figures from Boss Fight Studio and Mezco. Again, not meant as a saying one is better than the other. They're different, and maybe you want one, maybe you want the other. In this case, I managed to get both, but they're both very nice. So there you go.